Alright guys, so in today's lesson we're going to begin learning the streets of Laredo. So just like this little line of mine, the streets of Laredo is written in the key of C major. So that means that we are using our C major scale. So maybe it's a good idea before you try and practice this piece to practice your scale as well. You'll notice though there's just one kind of big difference here. The streets of Laredo, rather than saying 4-4 at the beginning of the piece, it says 3-4. There's number 3 on top and a number 4 at the bottom. Now 3-4 means that rather than having 4 beats or 4 counts in each of our bars, we only have 3. So just not really a major difference, but just worth taking a note of. So let's begin. So you'll see on the very first bar of the streets of Laredo, we only have one note. Okay, so and this note only lasts 1 bar. But you're probably saying to yourself, Andrew, you just told me that every bar has 3 beats. Sometimes in music, a piece of music will begin with what is called a pickup bar, and a pickup bar does not have the full amount of beats that we would normally expect. So this pickup bar only has 1 beat. So you can think of it as that we kind of have 2 beats missing because we're in 3-4. But if you take a look at the very last note on the streets of Laredo, it's a minim and it lasts for 2 beats. The reason I'm saying this is that whatever amount of beats that you are missing, and in this case we're missing 2 beats, is always made up for on the very last bar of the piece. So here we have the 2 beats being made up for with a minim at the very end. Okay, so now we've kind of have that all out of the way. Line 1 you'll probably find quite easy to play because if you look at all the way across the line, all of the notes are crotchets. All of the notes last 1 beat each. So we're just aiming to try and play each note nice and evenly. Okay, so our pickup bar is a G note, so we play that on our first string. Okay, so it's not the G that's on the 3rd string, it's the G that's on the 1st string. And we'll get 2 G notes. We go G, and then we're now into, that's our pickup bar, so we're now moving into what we would call bar 1, which is because it's the first full bar, and it goes G, F, E, and you'll see our tablature reminds us that that's frets 3, 1, and then a 0 or an open string. Okay, then our next full bar goes 1, 3, 1 on our tablature, and that's F, G, F, so it goes like this: 1, 2, 3. Remember, only counting up to 3 because we're in 3-4. The next bar is an E, D, and a C. So our tablature reminds us that's an open string on string number 1, and then 3rd fret, and then 1st fret on our 2nd string. Okay, so I'm just going to play what we've learnt so far from the very beginning, from the pickup bar. It goes like this: after 2, 1, 2. Okay, so the next bar is all zeros if you're looking at your tablature. So that's a B note, and then 2 G notes. Now that's the G note that's on our 3rd string, and you'll see that on your tablature. Then our very last bar are 3 C notes, and again our tablature is reminding us that's on the 1st fret of our 2nd string. So we go C, 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 or 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's now just play all of line 1. Okay, so we'll now move on to line number 2. So line number 2 starts us off, the first bar in line number 2 starts us off on a D note, which is the 3rd fret of our 2nd string. then we play an E note, which is our open string, then we play an F, which is first fret on the string 1, and again our tablature is telling us where to put our fingers. So then bar number 2 starts with an E note, and then we have a D note, which is on our 3rd fret of string 2, and then a C note, which is fret 1 of string number 2. And again, our tablature is telling us that as well. Okay, so let's just play the first 2 bars of line number 2. Okay, now the 3rd bar on line number 2 we have to be careful of, because the first note on this bar is a minim. It lasts for 2 beats. Okay, so we want to make sure, and it's a D note, so we want to make sure that we're playing this D note and it rings out for 2 beats. So our tablature is telling us that that's the 3rd fret of our 2nd string, and remember it lasts for 2 beats, so it goes 1, 2, and then we have a G note at the end, and that G note's on our 1st string. Okay, and now what we're going to do is just play the last 2 bars, okay, of line number 2. Okay, we're going to put it all together. So these notes are G, F, E, or you'll see there 3, 1, 0 on your 1st string, and then it goes F, G, F. That's the last 3 notes, F, G, F, or 1, 3, 1 on your tablature. 1st fret, 3rd fret, 1st fret. So the last 2 bars go like this. Okay, and just remember to play it nice and slowly, nice and evenly. You can play it slower if you want. Okay, so I'm now going to play line number 2. And just, I'm not going to count it really this time. I'm just going to count the minim, just so you can hear me letting that note ring out for 2 beats. So after 3, 1, 2, 3. 2. Okay, so just very quickly, I'm now going to play the first 2 bars of the, or not first 2 bars, first 2 lines rather, of the Streets of Laredo, just so you can hear how it sounds, and you might just want to practice these before you go on to the next video. Okay, so after 2, 1, 2. Okay guys, so just practice that, play it nice and evenly, nice and steadily, and I'll see you in the next video.